Yep, I know. You're thinking it. I'm thinking it. We're all thinking of it. In the world of video games, there is one question that remains today. Are we cooked? Okay, is AI going to ruin the quality of video games? This is something that we've been asking for quite some time, and the answer, of course, nobody knows 100% what the answer is, but it's just something that is going to make itself more clear as time goes on. Is this whole thing blown out of proportion, or maybe is this whole thing going to actually be a positive rather than a negative? Or are we really cooked? Is AI just going to completely just demolish the quality of video games, making everything that comes out slop? Well, the website Game Developer collected statistics on this and just recently released a report specifically on what game developers think of this. Obviously, for me to talk about it, for you to talk about it, for the average Joe to talk about it, it's one thing, but when you talk to the folks that are actually making video games, that's definitely another thing. They can see how AI is affecting video games today, how it has been for the past few years, and they can kind of theorize how it will affect things going forward. So it's this article right here. Devs are more worried than ever that generative AI will lower the quality of video games. Yeah, the answer to this question, it's kind of spoiled in the title, and of course in the title of my video as well. But anyway, this is an article written by Bryant Francis. I have linked this in the description. This is just 4 days ago, and they did a study. Like I said, they specifically had a pool of people their data came from, and that was game developers. Now I'm going to show a couple parts of this article. It's going to actually seem kind of contradictory, kind of confusing, but then I'm going to show a graph that they provided that makes things a lot more clear. They say concerns over the negative impact of generative AI are spreading among game developers. According to new data from the Game Developer Collective, developers are 4 times more likely to say generative AI technology will negatively impact the quality of games than they were a year ago. It is a rising concern from a community already wary of the technology due to its intense energy usage, and of course lingering questions over the ethics and legality of training data. So according to that, when comparing 2024 to 2025, it's now 4 times the devs that are negative about generative AI. But then this next part, it talks about the statistics that were gathered by their peers at Omdia. So that was specifically for this study. So the statistics shows a 13% increase from last year to this year in the number of developers concerned over product quality. Yeah, so that's kind of contradictory to what I first read. I'll make that clear in a little bit. So it says the number rose from 34% in 24 to 47% in 25. Fewer developers expressed positivity about the technology, dipping from an already scant 17% in 24 to 11% in 25. So yeah, it's kind of odd. It's a little confusing. On one hand, they say it's 4 times more the devs from just a year ago that are negative, but then they say this ratio of devs that are negative it just increased from 34% to 47%. Still a big increase, that's 13%, but not 4 times. When we actually look at the chart they provided right here, things are a little bit more clear. What they are just talking about is that in 2025, 11% of devs were positive about the future of AI, whereas 47% were negative. So 47% is over 4 times that of 11%. So that is just basically the point they are making. For the amount of positivity among devs for AI, it's actually 4 times that is actually negative about the future of AI. And there's still a fair amount, as you can see in the middle there, that is neutral. They are divided. They don't really know if it's going to be positive or negative. That's still kind of where I'm at right now. I still think that there's some positive and some negative. It's kind of hard to say what exactly the future is going to be. But as we can see, less people are divided now versus a year ago, and they've made up their mind that it's not positive, it's negative. Again, this is just developers. I shouldn't just say people. One person in the study said this that I thought was interesting. They said, what we have seen over the past 12 months is that a lot of companies are using these tools despite their problems and despite the public backlash. Now, they are talking about AI tools. It says, I suspect a lot more developers are facing situations where they are being asked to make do with AI outputs as good enough, especially when the industry continues to get squeezed and more people lose their jobs. So it is very clear that we definitely see a trend here with this study and comparing it to other studies. Recent studies that have shown that the ratio of game developers that are using AI has absolutely skyrocketed. Like now it's pretty much almost 100%. They're using some form of AI. So the trend that I find interesting here, and with that quote from Game Developer, is that the usage of AI from devs is going up, while at the same time their feelings of a positive future with AI are going down. Essentially, even though they feel that AI is going to reduce the quality of video games, they are using AI a lot more. Whether that be because they want to or because they are forced to. I mean, not necessarily forced, but they're told like by their boss or the publishers, anybody like that they just want to squeeze out more games. They want the output to go up. And right now, that just kind of seems to be where we are at. A lot of publishers, they're trying to find ways to cut costs these days. And definitely the big way that people are going to look at to cut the costs is AI. Like it or not, from developers. And from this study, it sounds like a lot of developers are continuing to dislike the future when it comes to AI.